Video number 3. This video covers the Boston Marathon bombing. The Boston Marathon is an annual event held in Boston, Massachusetts. It takes place on Patriots' Day, a holiday observed on the third Monday of April to commemorate key battles of the American Revolution. The marathon is the most significant event of the day, attracting thousands of runners and spectators each year. On April 15, 2013, during the race as runners were approaching the finish line, a sudden explosion occurred near the sidelines. Just seconds later, a second explosion went off, a bit farther from the finish line. Here's a look at the first explosion. You can see it in the upper right corner. And here's footage of the second explosion, which took place farther down the street. It might be harder to see, but you can spot the smoke rising. This map highlights the exact locations of both blasts. The explosion sent the crowd into a panic. Tragically, 3 people lost their lives and around 260 others were injured. Some of the victims suffered severe injuries, including limb loss, forcing them to rely on prosthetic legs. In the aftermath, law enforcement launched an extensive investigation, reviewing surveillance footage from the area. They spotted a suspicious man in the crowd who appeared to drop his backpack shortly before the explosion. Here's another angle. This man, wearing a white cap, is standing near what looks like a backpack. This may have been the device he planted. When the first explosion went off, the entire crowd turned to look, except for this man. He turned away and walked off. Moments later, a second explosion occurred in the same area. Another security camera captured a different perspective. You can see the man in the white cap here, alongside another individual walking ahead of him. While they initially appeared unconnected, footage revealed that they had been moving together the entire time. Eventually, authorities found a close-up image of both men, allowing them to confirm their identities. They were identified as 2 brothers of Chechen descent. Jakhar Tsarnaev, the younger brother. Tamerlan Tsarnaev, the older brother. A few nights later, police tracked them down. When confronted, they opened fire on officers, leading to a violent shootout. This image, taken that night, shows the 2 brothers standing near a vehicle. During the gunfight, Tamerlan was captured, while Jakhar managed to escape. In his attempt to flee, he stole a car and tried to run over police officers. But in the chaos, he accidentally ran over his own brother, fatally injuring him. Despite escaping the scene, Jakhar was eventually caught after an intense manhunt. After his arrest, he revealed the motive behind the attack. At the time, the U.S. was involved in the Iraq War and the war in Afghanistan, where many Muslim civilians had been killed. The older brother, Tamerlan, believed it was his duty to retaliate against America and convinced his younger brother to join him. The 2 built homemade bombs using pressure cookers, hid them inside backpacks, and detonated them remotely using toy car controllers. Ultimately, the brothers were not linked to any terrorist organization. They acted on their own, driven by their personal beliefs. Thanks for watching. That's it for this part, but don't worry, we'll be back soon with more. See you next time.